Oh yeah, what's cracking, y'all? It is your boy Deli Del, and I guess that Fat Caps theme song. I guess that lets you know that you are tuned in to the next show. All right, so week 9 is over and done, and yeah, some hurting picks this week. Hurting. 7-6 this week. So yeah, not quite the result I was looking for. Not even close. But yeah, we'll get into some of that, some of the fudge ups that I made, and why, I guess, from what I've seen and heard around the horn here, on all the sports talk shows that I watch and everything I read on Twitter, yada yada. Yeah, so that and UFC, or no, not UFC, AEW Full Gear, yo. Awesome pay per view. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch some of the highlights, or even if you want just the quick recap, go watch my dog Simon Miller on What Culture Wrestling on YouTube. You can catch his full review. Shout out to Simon Miller; it's an awesome review. He gave the whole show a golden up, so that tells you a lot. It's not very often where he gives he hands out golden ups for an entire pro wrestling pay per view. So. Yeah, sounds like they killed it, and they're on the rise. And actually, I just heard recently too that they are in progress with Ukes, the company that used to make the WWE 2K games. So I guess they're going to do an AEW video game. So if that's the case, hopefully it comes out sooner than later. It sounds like it should be a lot of fun, and hopefully it comes out on the PS4 so I can cop it. All these things and more coming up on the next show. Okay, so. First thing I'm going to get into here is got my NFL big board up again to recap all the action of Week 9, and yeah, we got some things to talk about here, okay? Because there's a lot of crazy effed up 2020 stuff that went down this weekend, such as is and such as has been, such it will be for the rest of 2020 and maybe beyond. We'll see. Okay, so as always, I mean, you can go back and rewind the film as far as the correct picks I ended up having. So we'll just go over the fudge ups here real quick. First one, Texans 2-point win over the Jags. I thought Money Minshew would have been money at home, but he's still garb. Let's see, okay. Now this next one is gonna take a bit of time here because I gotta give some shout outs to a couple of my boys who are big fans of these two teams. Okay, so the eventual winner. So shout out to my boy Jesse, who's a huge Bills fan. So Cecil, all I gotta say is this, dog. They pulled it out, They pulled it out. Like, that's crazy, man. First the Rams, and then this game, man. Like, you must be very happy. You know what? You know what the big thing that I notice is the really big thing that I notice with this Bills team, man, especially on offense, is that Josh Allen, he's got that swag, man. He's got that swag. He's got that kind of swag that's like, you know what? The players think to themselves, you know what? We're gonna win with this guy, because this guy will be able to do some things that normal quarterbacks can't do, and he's gonna try and make every play possible to give us a chance to win. So, man, because they know that he can throw it, and obviously he can run it. So he gives them a swag, a confidence that they've never had on offense since really Jim Kelly, and Mr. 0-4 in the Super Bowls. So we'll see. I mean, clearly it looks like this team is going to go as far as Josh Allen takes them. And if they do end up, with a decent record, like double-digit wins, and a berth in the playoffs, obviously, and an AFC East championship, then I think you're talking about Josh Allen in the mix, for MVP. What are they, 7-2 now or something like that now? Yeah, so 7-2. Like, they're legit, man. I mean, we'll see what happens in the playoffs. I mean, you're gonna have to match up against like a Baltimore or a Kansas City type of team. So, maybe in a one-game winner-take-all, we'll see if they have what it takes. And now on the flip side of that, this one's for my boy Jakey. What the fuck, son? What the fuck, man? I had the Seahawks, I had them. And I think a lot of people did too. Because, like I said in previous shows, it ain't too often that Russ is going to have, 2, 3, 4 turnovers in a game. But lo and behold, he ran into a Bills defense out on the East Coast. The weather wasn't that bad. It was like pretty decent actually. So can't really blame like weather, but travel to the East Coast and you got to face the Bills defense on the road, and then Josh Allen, man, just dropped 44 on your ass. So man, they got to right the ship. Like I was throwing some chips in for Russ to get the MVP award, man. But man, he after that, man, I don't know, man. He just dropped way down, and I don't even know who we're talking about in the MVP conversation anymore, man. Every week it rotates. Now it's all of a sudden like Drew Brees. It was like Tom Brady. It was freaking Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes. I don't know. The thing just keeps like it's almost like every week it's like a hot potato between the top 5 candidates for league MVP this year at the quarterback position, at least anyway. Don't forget about defense, yo. Like all these beat writers and AP poll writers and stuff, doing the awards, man. Don't forget about defensive players for MVP, man. They are just as valuable. So man, we'll see what happens going forward with these two teams. But obviously, I mean, going forward, I expect both the Seahawks and the Bills to be competitive going forward. So it'll be fun to watch down the road. That's for sure. Okay, so next fudge up. And I don't even want to consider this one a fudge up, yo, because this is just stupid. This one was just stupid. I'm watching this thing on TV with the Raiders and the Chargers, and I'm like, oh, Herbert, here we go. He just threw a touchdown to win the game. Oh, he didn't have the catch or whatever they call it back. Okay, 1 second left. Next attempt, 1 second left to win the game. Here we go. Oh, he has it. Oh, no, but apparently he hit the ground, I guess. And he didn't have control of the football. Like, man, I thought they had won it on that last play with 1 second left. That was bullshit. That's what I hate about this game, too, is that they lead you to believe that something's going to happen, and it's like, upon further review, this is gonna turn out not the way you want. It's weak, man. I guess if you're a Chargers fan or if you pick the Chargers like I did. Whack, yo. All right, so next fudge up, Dolphins, man. Tua Tagovailoa. This guy's the real deal, yo. And shout out to my boy Steve. He's a huge Dolphins fan, and now he's actually got something to root for on Sunday during NFL season. So there you go, bud. Let's see if Tua can keep it rolling. On the flip side of that, Kyler, man, it's not that Kyler didn't play bad. It just, I guess Kyler's defense played horrible. He did what he could, and they had chances to win the game too. But your defense gotta hold it back too. I mean, when it's pretty ominous to how the game is gonna go when the first play is a Dolphins scoop and score on defense. So that basically set the tone for the whole game, and then basically you're down and you're just chasing the game the rest of the time, and it's very critical that you don't make mistakes, because if you do when you're chasing a game, it's usually never ends up being a good thing for the team that's trailing. All right, and last fudge up, shout out to Drew Brees and the Saints. They came in so well prepared for what Tom Brady was going to do, and they were on the road too. They were going into Tampa. Tampa wanted some revenge for what happened in Week 1, Tom Brady's first game with his new team, yada yada. And Sean Payton, Drew Brees, Kamara, Michael Thomas, all those guys, man, they just came with it, yo. They came with a freaking amazing preparation plan, and they just executed it to a T, man. And meanwhile, on the other side of the football, you got the Bucs, who are like supremely hyped coming in this game, and I picked them too. Because I thought the Saints were trending down with the injuries that they had been going through and everything, and Drew Brees getting older and his continued aging play and whatnot, and it seemed like the Bucs were trending up. They won 3 in a row or something like that. Gronk was just going off all over the field and this and that, and the receivers that Tom Brady's playing around with now, and the addition of Antonio Brown, just, supremely overhyped team, I guess, and maybe I fell for the hype a little bit, but wow, man, shout out to the Saints, yo. They just came rocking with it. And I know, like, I don't know if I should be mentioning this because it was the correct pick, sacrilegiously. Just because I am a realist, though, sacrilegiously, though, in some circles you could say amongst New York football Jet fans, I picked the Patriots to come into New York and beat the Jets, which is what they did. But I was watching this a Monday Night Football game, national televised game. Guys, have a little bit more of that, a little bit extra juice, to get things going on a primetime game on Monday night. Everybody's watching. And, the Jets had it, man. 27-10, 27-10. That's what I'm going to remember from this game. The other thing I remember from this game is that, Joe Flacco starting, and it looks like he's still got a decent arm to throw a few bombs, but the problem was the only mistake he made was throwing that stupid interception on that play action pass where you should have just checked it down low, because that was the game plan. Run the ball, check it down low, run the ball, check it down low, and then open up the play action pass. Not just be a retard and predetermined that you're already going to throw to a guy who ends up being double covered by both safeties, man, on that play. Like, wow, yo. Just terrible decision making, man, and straying away from the game plan. So, if I was a coach, definitely roll back the film and say, man, that's not part of the game plan. On first down, you don't want to just chuck it when the game plan is to, run the ball down the throat and check it down low, and then let that build up to the play action pass. Depending on what formation they put out there and everything on possible, like, third or maybe fourth down, depending on the situation, man. Like, it just I don't know. Flacco effed up, and Adam Gase, man, as always, like I keep saying, and as long as he's gonna continue to be the head coach for the New York Football Jets, they will continue to lose football games. I just would really hate if they went winless. I don't want to be, a Jets fan and have to be in the same class as the Cleveland Browns fans. I went 0-16, Detroit Lions 0-16, yada yada, like that would be pretty bad. So I'm hoping the Jets get their act together and get themselves at least one win, just out of sheer respectability. But yeah, man, I don't want to say anything about Adam Gase that hasn't already been said, man. The guy's a straight up scrub, and Jets Nation would be that much happier once his act is done and over with. But I digress. And the thing I wanted to touch on as well, what I mentioned off the top there in the introductions, awesome, kick-ass pay-per-view, man, AEW Full Gear. Speaking of getting their shit together, like, wow, man, in just a little under 2 years, man, and they're on the verge of getting their own fully licensed video game. So, like, that is so amazing. Like, shout out to Chris Jericho, the demo god, the GOAT, one of the promo goats of all time, man. Like, for real, man. He just continues to get it done, and I think that once it's all said and done, as far as him performing, he's going to be a very great and valuable creative asset to whichever wrestling outfit he's working with, or working for, whatever. So yeah, man, shout out to those guys over there. They're doing big things. There's other little affiliations out there, like Ring of Honor, Reality of Wrestling, what else? Impact, TNA, whatever, man, you name it. There's so many, and you don't see them thriving in the North American market, and and getting themselves out of their own fully licensed video game, which again, as I said at the top of the show, hopefully they make a PS4 version so I can cop it. That'd be cool. I would definitely do that. It'd be the first wrestling game that I purchased or played hardcore. It would be since WWF No Mercy. So I guess that'll tell you how crappy wrestling games have been since then. Anyways, guys, yeah, that's all I wanted to speak on for now. So yeah, Week 10 coming up in the NFL. We'll see what's popping. I'm gonna, as always, put my research hat on and see who I'm gonna pick and why, and we'll see what's popping. So be on the lookout for that. As always, guys, I'm gonna give a shout out to my lovely wife, Kirsten, because without her, this show would not be possible. Love you, babe. Thanks for all that you do for myself and our baby girl, Sophia. Sophia, if you're watching this, Daddy loves you. Hugs and kisses. So I hope you are going to watch this every episode. And I hope you guys out there are watching too. So like, share, subscribe, holla, and we'll see you guys next time on the next episode of the next show.